Today I am going to talk on membership of the cooperative housing society. I am restricting my talk only membership of cooperative housing society because under the Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act 1960 various different kind of societies are contemplated like credit society, farmer society, etc. And every society has model bylaws. And further for housing society there is a separate chapter 13B which has been enacted. So my talks are restricted to the membership of housing society. First question is why is society required? The whole object of the society is that society will be responsible for taking care, for managing and administrating the common amenities, common area, lobbies, garden, etc. Because what happens is that you acquire one flat in the building where there will be several flats. You will manage and look after your flat, but who will look after the common amenities, lobby, etc. So with that object, when MOFA was enacted, it was ensured that it is mandatory to become member of the society. The society is formed by whom? By all flat purchasers in the building. So let's see what are the relevant sections of the MOFA. Under section 10, it was mandatory for the developer to form a society or the company. I am restricting my talk only to the society because normally in 99% or more you can say it is always society is formed. So I will not talk on company. So it was a mandatory for the developer to form a society as soon as minimum members required to form a society had acquired the flat in the respective project, which at present is minimum 5 or 51%. Even RERA contemplates 51%. So as soon as minimum numbers required to form a cooperative society has acquired the flat, it is a mandatory to form a society. Another section is section 11, under which it is an obligation of the builder or the promoter to convey the property to the society. And then section 12, under which it is mandatory that all flat purchaser should become the member of the society, which is formed by the all flat purchaser. So flat purchaser has no option but to become a member of the society, and society has also no option but to make them member of the society. Society cannot say I will make X only as a member, not Y as a member. All flat purchaser under the regulation under the MOFA are required to become a member of the society, and society also has an obligation to make everyone as a member of the society. Similar provision you will find in the RERA also. The relevant provisions are section 11, section 17 and section 19 of the RERA. Under section 11, it is an obligation of the developer to form the society and also convey the flat. See, here there is a difference. Under section 11 and section 17, conveyance of the flat has to be done to the flat purchaser along with undivided proportionate right in the common area. Under MOFA, conveyance was to the society of the flat also, because what used to happen, building was conveyed to the to the society. Therefore, automatically your flat also was being conveyed to the society. But under MOFA, conveyance has to be to the flat purchaser. That is a distinction between MOFA and RERA. And under section 19 of the RERA, it was mandatory. It is a mandatory, not was, it is a mandatory for each flat purchaser to become a member of the society. So member of the society is a mandatory for all flat purchaser. The member cannot, a flat purchaser cannot say I am not a member, I cannot be a member. At the same time, society cannot say you are not a member, you can't become a member of the society. So obligation is on the both part, as a statutory obligation to become the member of the society and make all flat purchaser of the member of the society. So let's understand what is the definition of the member. If you see the definition of member, it is stated in section 154B subclause 1 into bracket 18, and also bylaws of the society, bylaw number 3 and sub number 24 is member is defined. If you read that section, who becomes a member is one who make application for formation of the society. So what happens is that when the developer sells the flat, he makes an application for formation of the society before the registrar. It's a DDR. So when the application is made, all flat purchasers are joined as a party to that application for the membership of the society. Once the society is formed, automatically all flat purchasers become member of the society. Next, who acquires the flat in the society becomes also automatically member. I mean to say, it is not just automatic, as a formality has to be completed, certain forms have to be filled, he also becomes a member of the society. Then third party is the legal heirs after the death of any existing member. So there are three ways basically one becomes a member of the society. Number one is that when you acquire a flat from the developer, you become a member of the society when subsequently society is formed. Second is when you acquire a flat either from the developer or from the existing flat purchaser. I am saying acquire from the developer because if society is formed, if there are some unsold flats, and then when the developer sells the flat, that time also you become a member of the society. And third is when the original members die, and thereafter automatically by transmission of the membership you become a member of the society. Transmission of member is a separate topic altogether, but when a member dies, his legal heirs, if he has nominated the nominee, become the member of the society. So there are three ways, as stated, you become a member of the society. Now, further, when you become a member of the society, if you see the bylaw number 24 and 76, I am referring to a model bylaw. There are 2-3 bylaws which are so-called model bylaw are floating around, and all have similar sections, similar bylaws. Maybe one bylaw above or one bylaw below, you will find that. Under bylaw number 24, all members will be deemed to have been allotted flat in the building. And similarly, under bylaw number 17(6), all person who has purchased the flat under any agreement or acquired any interest on transfer of from the existing member shall be deemed to have been allotted flat to the in the society. So what basically it contemplates is that all members, all flat purchasers who have acquired the flat in a building are deemed to become a member of the society. Society has got no right that only we will make few purchaser as a member and others will not. They have no right. It is an obligatory and mandatory to make all flat purchasers, all owning a flat in the building, as a member of the society. Similarly, all society who are the members, the society will have to issue a share certificate. What is a share certificate? Share certificate is nothing a certificate defining his share in the society. It can't be that a person is a member but he is not entitled for share certificate. Not there can be a member who has share certificate but he is not a member of the society. A person cannot be a member of the society and say that he has no share certificate, nor can he say that he has a share certificate but he is not a member of the society. It is a two-way things. That all flat purchaser thus become a member of the society, cooperative society. And membership also is reflected in the register which is required to be maintained under the bylaws. I and J register also states who are the members of the society. So this all flat purchaser, all person who have acquired the flat are member of the society and they have equal right in the management and administration of the society. Thank you. This was my brief submission on the membership of the society. Thank you.